The Sexual Rights Center conducted a cross-sectional study to collect data on the experiences of young sex workers ranging from access to sexual and reproductive health needs, HIV services, and legal services. During this study, a total of 217 young sex workers were reached in Bulawayo, Victoria Falls, and Plumtree between the ages of 18 and 24 years. All sex workers reached during this process were female. The prevalence of minors engaged in sex work before they turned 18 was 40.4%, and most had unfinished secondary education. The male condom was the most common method of contraception used by sex workers. Condom usage with paying clients was very high at 97.2%, but drops to 51.6% with non-paying clients like boyfriends.
Sometimes yabungela choice and uhambe lo muntu akunike imali, then uma ufika ngale bese sithi imali yami le mina vela ngisebenzisa khona and imali uyayidinga uyayinida but manje uyafuna ukuyisebenzisa kusena.
This raises concerns on the safety of sex workers against HIV and other STIs, and even increases the risk of unplanned pregnancies. Prevalence of forced unprotected sex was found to be 20% with paying clients and 11% with non-paying clients. The most common methods used by sex workers to terminate pregnancy were reported to include taking herbal medication, 41.3%, taking an overdose of contraceptive pills, 41.3%, inserting a herbal stick to induce abortion, 27.7%, using strong tea bags, 23.5%, and drinking Coca-Cola, vinegar, or washing powder, 23%.
Even usungulelo la lokuluka amajesi ungalungenisa so kuhle kuhle nje yenza into uyagoqoza so kuyagwegwa lokhana umlomo lwana wesibeletho ukuroundisa nxa kuroundisa usithi kuyabe kusika so then ma ukhipha usithi suhlu bleed kulesi sifeso.
The use of these methods puts the lives of sex workers at risk, as they can result in excessive bleeding which might lead to death. This finding suggests the need to educate sex workers on the dangers of employing such methods to terminate pregnancies and provide safer alternatives. Issues concerning respondents' knowledge on laws governing sex work were also explored. 51% of respondents did not know their rights as sex workers or their rights upon arrest. 27% of respondents reported ever having access to legal services, mainly from the police. A high percentage of respondents, at 66.7%, reported ever experiencing stigma or discrimination due to being sex workers, mainly from strangers. 31% of the respondents had ever sought counseling on the violence they face during sex work. 40% of respondents reported ever feeling sad, depressed, or suicidal due to violence, ill treatment, or abuse. Friends came out strongly as the most common sources of support for sex workers, and this was pointed out by 54% of the respondents.